Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I got a paranormal documentary review for you today, and it's for There's Nobody at the Bridge, and this was a special event that was at the coffee house, also known as a little church on the hill in Albion, PA, and there was James McCann did a thing about it. And that was a movie that they made. My sister didn't have to work, so she got to come with me. It was cool. It was like $5 a person. They had free snacks. I got a glazed donut to go because they were gonna get tossed out. They got the cool Halloween plates, the napkins right there. It says elixir right there on the other side. The other side says spider side. All Halloween themed stuff. Really cool. And he came on and he introduced the movie There's No One at the Bridge, a legend about the Gudgeonville Bridge, a local bridge in Girard, PA, or in Gudgeonville, on Gudgeonville Road. And basically, I was like a $5 to get in, which was fine. I paid for me and my sister. It was fine. She was nice enough to get Wendy's, too. Well, anyways, we saw the movie, and it was a very interesting thing. It was done more matter-of-factly. It wasn't like ghost hunters or stuff like that. And he talked about his real-life encounters and also the legends of Gudgeonville. And there was two legends, two stories associated with. One about a young girl that fell to her death in the 40s and 50s while playing on a white shell cliff known locally as the Devil's Backbone. And she fell off there, and they said that she walks the bridge on moonless nights in the anniversary of her passing. And you can see, watch her reliving the plunge to her fate from the cliffs. And also, there's another one, that the most famous one, I think. The Gudgeonville legend is based on a poor mule that wouldn't cross the bridge. And in the mid-1800s, because it was, the bridge was made in the I can't remember how long, from the 1800s. And the church on Hill was made in 1854, if I'm not mistaken. And it said in the mid-1800s, a man named Obadiah Will of Kentucky was delivering a mule to a man in Meadville. As he was crossing the bridge, a couple of barges carrying Dan Rice's circus from Girard was floating down the creek, and a calliope was playing away. At this point, different versions pop up, but one said that when the music reached the mule's ear, it literally frightened the creature to death. It dropped dead of a heart attack right where it stood. The mule's name was Gudgeon, but the one I know about it was the mule froze when it heard the music, and in true style of the mule, being stubborn as the mule, it refused to budge off the bridge. And this is really mean. In frustration, the farmer found a hefty stick and beat Gudgeon to death, the mule. And said overall he grabbed the wagon part known as the gudgeon and hit the nameless mule with the same end result. And in the final bit of irony, the calliope was supposed to be playing My Old Kentucky Home. And, and they said that they buried the mule underneath the bridge. And that's where the Gudgeon or Gudgeonville Bridge came from, the legend anyways. Well, anyways, that was the legend of Gudgeonville. And they were talking about saying it was haunted for such a long time because of these events. And also they said it was a portal, or and a portal is like where a meeting place where spirits meet and go back and forth. Nothing malevolent though. Always peaceful, even though the legend is violent. And it was a very interesting. It was like they talked to a bunch of people, and then sadly, in late 2007, a bunch of kids, because it was in 2007, a bunch of kids burned down the place, threw a Molotov cocktail. I know a lot of people were pissed. I know they wanted to kick their asses, who did that. I know a lot of people are very, very angry. And I was still angry. They showed the news reports. I was still angry when they showed that. I was shaking my head the whole time. And I mentioned it at the end of the presentation. A lot of people are still angry about that. I'm still angry about that, and it ruined the landmark. And then they made it like an open wooden structure. They redid it, but it's not the same thing. I have a video about that, saying that Gudgeonville Bridge replacement and me crossing it too. I have a video about that. I did a few months back in the summertime with my sister. And it was a very entertaining film, and he was talking about talking about the origins of the Erie, the paranormal group in Erie County, PA, and also, the events the occurrences they found that was still there. Even he was saying that he believed that it wasn't just the bridge that was haunted; it was like the land around it was haunted. Still, even after they took down the bridge and they put the new one up, because like people in Girard would love the original covered bridge, and they said, like, as kids, they said that the thing was to walk across and walk back by yourself, see if you can do it, and then they have like kids vandalizing it, putting graffiti on it. It was pretty. It fell in disrepair and stuff like that. But when they torched it, it was really bad. I'm glad they replaced it. But I know when I crossed it, when we drove over it, I had like goosebumps and stuff like that. It was really weird going back to that. So, there's definitely something still there. And the film is very entertaining. It's only a half hour long. It's very entertaining. But it's done, matter of fact, it wasn't done like a ghost, I almost said Ghostbusters, Ghost Hunter style. I liked the movie. I thought it was really entertaining. I give it a 9 out of 10 for There's No One at the Bridge. And also in the presentation, he was talking about other haunts, and he was actually on an episode of My Ghost Story, and they showed that, and they were showing something called, get the name right. They were showing like different things that was called pareidolia, where your mind might think you see something. Because they had like things from fog and stuff like that, and he was talking about that, but he saw like different images in there, and it said like, it means like a perception of a recognizable image or meaningful pattern where none exists, or the way your mind perceives something. It was really interesting and very entertaining. And I got, along with the snacks, I got this cool poster he signed. No One at the Bridge. He signed it right there, and he got a postcard that he did for My Ghost Story. He signed that. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I got a friend on Facebook. And like he said, he gave us a business card. James McCann right there. Really interesting. I really had a good time. Let me try this glazed donut out too. Very good. Sticky though. I remember I had some snacks when we got there. We got there a little early because we thought there would be a lot of people there. There was only like 6 people then, and then like 2 other people that worked there, and then James himself. We had a great time. My sister was really excited to see it. So was I. I remember I had my glazed donut. There was some popcorn, cheddar popcorn in there, and then there was some glaze on there. It was like sweetened cheddar popcorn. It's pretty good. I give this a 9.5 out of 10. I don't know who made that glazed donut, but really good stuff. Like I said, I really enjoyed There's No One at the Bridge. And they actually had Paul Wagner also. They had like people from the area talk about it, and they had Paul Wagner, who worked at WICU TV 12. I think he still does. And they had like the news reports about what happened with the vandals and stuff like that. Very entertaining show. I highly recommend, if anyone gets a chance to see it, There's No One at the Bridge. So, that's been my paranormal documentary review. So until next time, bye, please. Take care of my legion. So glad my sister was able to come, because she wanted to see it, and I'm glad she was able to. And it ran over because it was started at 6 o'clock, and then we got out at like, it was supposed to be from 6 to 8, then we got at 9:18. But he was showing like other clips, talking about other hauntings. Because with that pareidolia, he was showing stuff. He introduced that term, or they talk about your mind matrixing on you. But he was talking about that. Sometimes you perceive something that might not be there. But he was showing like all these pictures from the fog, from the Gunville Bridge. Also from Hope Cemetery, which is real close to where I live. And we're going to be doing a cemetery walk, hopefully next weekend, from 9 to 10. Me, my sister, and my her husband, Roland. That should be a lot of fun. It should be really cool. My niece didn't want to come. She didn't want to go. I wish she would have came to the movie. She would have been. She didn't want to go to the cemetery walk, and she didn't want to go to the show. She thought it'd be too scary, but it was really cool. And usually he was talking about positive vibes and stuff like that. and it was really a lot of fun. And he had like this little thing going, and it said that the church said they're angry and stuff like that. Like he had like things for like this thing of all these laser pointers going on in the church. Video of that, and he showed other videos. One where he was in his house and the spigot turned on by itself. It scared the crap out, and that was a really good one. Even he laughed at that one. That was a really good one. But I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I'm so glad my sister got to go. And I paid my sister, and she bought me Wendy's, which was awesome. Actually, it was the same thing I reviewed yesterday on my video review with my fans. And there's a great glazed donut. And like I said, I had a great time. The popcorn was great. And Little Church on the Hill is pretty awesome. So there was my review of There's No One at the Bridge. Hope you enjoyed it. So until next time, bye please. Take care of my Legion. All right.